Alright.
And this final video, the final video shooting, I'm finally not moving around.
It might not be the final video in the order, but it is like final.
The final video we are shooting right now. So we are a bit tired already, but we are still super excited to take all your questions.
Oh yeah. And it's kind of cool. We definitely should be doing this more often.
Definitely. And you should definitely be playing around with repair more often, so you don't do that in the videos. So, first question that we have is, what is the default language of Windows installation? And I think that's a rather quick one, because we ship with Windows pre-installed, but you can still adjust the language when you basically set it up the first time.
It's gonna be this, like unboxing experience, like when you start a Windows device for the first time. You would have to create a user account, you would have to select your language, region, all that kind of stuff, the time, and Wi-Fi connection. So like it's gonna be this. So when you start the device, it would not run the Windows yet. You would have to set it up and then it runs it. But of course, it's an easy process and it's made so that you can customize it.
It's literally the default Windows customization setup that every new device goes through. So you can adjust it how you want in pretty much any Windows supported language. So what's the status with certifications? Is the next question.
Great question. So right now the certifications are proceeding. I'm sorry that's such a lame answer, but it's because it's a really slow process. So as I said before, so we sold V to 80 countries and we need to get a lot of international certifications. Now, of course, the focus is US, EU, Canada, Australia, Japan, Norway, Switzerland. Might have missed something, but these are the main kind of focus countries on for certification. And how it really goes is that we've shipped the samples already to the certification agencies, and they're just certifying it. And typically what really certification is like a big pile of papers saying the device is okay. I mean, because certificates, to be frank, are quite basic. They test very basic things. Like, for example, like in EU, they have this: is there any radioactive metal in V or not, and so on.
By the way, we don't have any.
Even though I wanted to include some. But we don't have any.
Yeah,
but that's so they're going, and as I said, the main reason for this delay there, last week of March, first week of April, is because it's either the certifications are one of the reasons.
Yeah, a bit. So next question was, how sturdy is the V using touchscreen on a table surface? Basically, with the Generation 1 prototype, which is still a bit annoying, it's slipping around a bit, but I'm applying quite a bit of pressure already. I'm really pressing on the device. You can see even the kickstand is moving in on the pressure. So it's pretty hard to move the V around.
Yeah, and I mean, so basically it's the same as, it's not worse than Surface. I mean, and then that's one of the reasons why we do have a wireless keyboard really on our device.
Yeah,
because we really wanted to make sure you don't have to worry about sliding, and you could really make use of any service you like.
Pretty much, yeah. So it's really, it's basically the same as every other device in class. It's okay, but if you put it on let's say some oil table, it would likely slide away a bit.
Yeah, if you put it on ice on a big angle, it definitely would slide.
Yeah, that will also slide. So, question was, what about the Linux support? What's up with Canonical? Have you been in contact with maybe other companies? Maybe a partnership with them? And I think you know much more about
that. Great question. It's a great question, and here's the action plan actually. So at some point, we'll be trying to reach out Canonical, and finally they reached out to us, and we discussed what we can do. So basically, first Canonical will have a distribution version specifically for 2-in-1s. So that means that it would be working so that when you connect the keyboard, you have just the laptop OS, and then when you disconnect it, you have the tablet mode. And tablet mode in Ubuntu is really important because right now there is no on-screen keyboard on the desktop version of Ubuntu. And that's a really big problem for users because, if you would have V and disconnect the keyboard, you would not be able to use it basically. But the short-term solution is like this. We discussed with Canonical that we ship them the device and they can make a check of what drivers we have developed and ready for our product and whatnot. According to our preliminary discussion, most of the things should work fine already. So basically, if you put Ubuntu on the V, it generally should work, and maybe some of the community members could actually try it.
Definitely.
Hey,
We would definitely have people that want to try Linux. We would also try to add the category. Yes, I agree. That's how we come up with things. We talk about
exactly.
We have great ideas all the time because you guys give us input.
Yeah, you make us stress, you make us work harder, so then come on. Yeah, so great. So actually, we'll let some of the community guys to set up Ubuntu there, and then we'll also try it ourselves, and then so that's the plan. So we ship out the devices, we install Ubuntu there ourselves then, and then we ship one device to Canonical, and then the community will probably have a list of drivers that don't work.
Yeah, something like that.
So and then
we will
community would have to,
how exactly we will.
And then community would have to help us develop those.
Yeah.
Because Canonical is they're kind of big company, but then they mainly focus on distributions. They're not big enough, not as big as Microsoft, so they support companies that have to, let's say, deploy 1 million devices or something, for education projects. So those they really support fully. But for our case, of course, it's
we're a tad too small.
Hard to get the exclusive support. But they are very interested, though, to see what can be done with our product. So, yeah. I think we'll get it working.
Yeah, and that really was a great question. So thank you to the guys who asked those. Next question we have is, how much of the assembly is glue? The frame is not sticky, so that's at least not glue. No, but we have the basic amount of glue required. We glue in the screen to allow for a thin and good device, and after that we should have no glue anymore except for the battery to hold that properly prelaced to make sure that works. So because it was asked if I take the V apart, what are the chances of a perfect reassembly? It depends on your skill. If you're skilled and repair devices like a Surface regularly and perfectly, I'm confident that you can also repair the V to the same degree you can repair a Surface without any major issues.
What are the chances of crashing in a car crash? Depends on how good of a driver you are, but then also on the luck. So you never know, really.
Yeah.
I mean, but generally, the idea, I discussed it long ago. I wrote a really long post in community at some point saying that even though replaceability and repairability of a device was something that many community members wanted, and we wanted initially, but unfortunately, you really have to make a decision. Either you have a really well-built quality device that won't break, and with really good performance and so on, lightweight and good dimensions, or then you would have a device that is bulkier, looser, less quality, more likely to break but easy to repair. So we went with the first option. So technology is kind of not yet there, to make an easily replaceable and repairable device.
But as I think we mentioned often enough, it's really hard to we put the best components in there, and those should last you quite a while. So I think that we should have very little people who have something break on the V. We've got separate QC checks after the production already, so we really try to reduce the amount of breaking down.
Exactly.
The V's breaking down. Next question is, what about the SSD news? Well, you might have got a little teaser.
You don't say anything. No, nothing.
If you watch a prototype video, or maybe prototype video.
Yeah, maybe if you watch some other video.
Prototype video.
Yeah,
you
prototype
might
video maybe.
have gotten a teaser of that, but we don't know anything, do we?
No.
No, unfortunately not. So.
Info questions are so easy.
Yeah, that would be really lovely. What about the status of the sleeves?
Great question. No, sleeves are going really well. I mean, really, we just literally met mods a couple of days ago, and sleeves are really amazing, way better than any sleeve you would see in generic electronics store and so on. They feel great.
Amazing.
We are making just the final changes. The sleeves actually will be produced very soon. They will be produced, all of the sleeves. So all of the sleeves in March. So and that is on time.
Yep, that's 100% on time.
And all of the sleeves, so almost 2,000 sleeves will be produced then.
Yeah, we also have some photos we will check out to upload those later to community. Sooner or later, because Riku has them on his camera and we don't have him on us right now.
But sleeves are just amazing. I see you here and have to say, the sleeves are amazing. I really love them.
When I saw the sleeves the first time, and never told you this, but I was like, reconsidering from switching the zipper to the magnetic, and then when I had the zipper in my hand, it was like, I should have a zipper. So it was like, both of those two are amazing. I don't know which I should choose.
Yeah, they're so good. Wow.
It's
we
really
have
first
to
world
see.
problem with our sleeves.
And the backpack might be a very interesting project.
Yeah, the backpack we teased in the What's Next with Eve. You can check out those videos as well.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, yes. I missed the V pen color for the pens. So, what's up with the color, Consta, for the V pen?
It's a great question. Here's the thing. So, as I said in one of the previous videos, that this company that we buy pen from is a super big, super big manufacturer. They do batteries and pens, and they supply pens to Microsoft also. And we had to order these babies 4 months in advance just to get them in time, because it takes a huge amount of time to. They're really slow. So now we're still pushing them to make the whole pen darker. But as I said in the previous video, like, we're likely to develop more pens in the future, because now it's our device uses Universal Stylus Protocol in a way, and initially with the entry protocol, so we can do as many pens as we want. But we will try our best.
You can use any device, any pen you want, basically, that supports Entrik or the USI.
So we'll try our best now to match it well with color. So we're just in progress. So that's it. So I mean, this color for sure is available, but we're trying to get as dark as we can to match with V. And here's the housing, so you can see how it moves.
So nearly the last question: what is up with the GPS status?
Oh, that's a great question. Great question. So,
And a hard question.
In a way, hard question. Yes. So, what we're gonna do with GPS now is that it's really been a really tricky thing, because we've been trying to put it on and off the device, and the problem with it is that right now the results of tests that we get are not really reliable. Like, in some devices it works okay, in some devices it doesn't work. Which is really disturbing. And what we'll try to do is we'll try to add the GPS chips to your review units, and then you guys will be able to judge and tell, okay, do you find...
You talk about the prototype units of the review.
Oh, sorry, yeah, prototype units. And then you'll be able to judge, okay, is the GPS good enough or not? Because we're not really sure, like, we don't think that the signal is good enough, but it might be.
But if you guys say you are confident that this is good enough for your everyday use, we will put it in.
Yeah.
If you say, the
it's not too expensive, it's like $5 to add
I
mean, for us, we're not going to charge you anything extra for it, but...
If you say, the connection is not stable enough for me, like in Russia or in Austria or Finland or whichever corner of the world you live, then we are gonna reconsider not adding it.
We'll try our best with GPS.
It depends on your feedback again. You are the guys that basically finalized this device, that helped us make this device really awesome. We would not have this really amazing housing without you. We would not have this amazing screen without your input. You are basically the reason that the V is really great and making me fall in love with it every time I turn it on, over and over again.
Exactly. Just like powder to my ears. But that's it, right? No more questions.
One final question. You're always so quick to end the questions, but we got the final question for today, for this videos. What's with the engraving?
Not a great question. So, one thing, so we will have the number, the device number, like 1 of 500. So that from 500 devices, which number it is, and we'll not be putting that on other devices. And then also there is like one really pleasant surprise we would have for all the community guys.
Where would we put the number? I think you mentioned like
there.
On the inside of the kickstand.
But like, yeah, so but here. So when you open the kickstand, oh, you can see it here. That here would be so. I mean, like this. So here. But then we would have a really pleasant surprise, I think, to all the backers. But we really don't want to tell it to you yet, guys. You just wait for them. You'll see.
It's a small surprise, like which we want just to give you as a bit of an extra thank you.
And it's really beautiful. All right,
it's
good.
A beautiful
yeah.
thing we want to give you.
But that's it, guys. So
thank you for all who are watching, who stuck with us through all those videos. We are a bit tired now after
this might
3
not
hours.
This might not be the last video. We might change the order of the videos.
Yeah.
So if
but this is the last one we are filming, so we are saying thank you right now because we had like 4 or 5 hours of answering the question.
Yeah, it took us a lot of time to get to the camera and then answer all the questions. But hey, that was a great experience.
It was